Hi guys, the Royal Australian here. Man, was Axel awesome. So, we are going to go jumping into the campaign of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, where I will explain how you use pendulum monsters. There we go! Numbers of the beast. 666. Here we go. Let's swap that out. Anyway. Swing into action. Loading Arc 5 histories. This is a story of Yu Yu Sakaki. Some call him a hero, some call him a goofball, and others call him a heroic fooball. A heroic goofball. But before the end of his journey, Yuya Sakaki will travel through multiple dimensions and confront countless adversaries to save the world. And little did Yuya know that his epic tale would begin with one small life lesson from his dad. Take your dad's advice, Yuya. Try to laugh when you feel like crying. When things get tough, respond with a smile. He will give you the strength to keep moving forward. It's kind of like a pendulum. If the pendulum swings one way, you know it'll swing the other way too. Like in a duel. A duel? The key to dueling is to believe in your deck and yourself. When you're falling behind, you can always make things swing your way again. So don't worry about anything. Just try to enjoy the ride. Try to remember what I've told you, Yuya. It may help you someday. Several days later, YuGiOh was set to defend his Action Duel Championship title against the #1 contender, the Sledgehammer. Okay, I'll have to exit the game. Alright, several days later, YuGiOh was set to defend his Action Duel Championship title against the #1 contender, the Sledgehammer. However, not only did Yuya's father fail to show up, he was never seen again. This branded YuGiOh, the whole Sakaki family, as cowards. 3 years later, at Skip Boyle's YuGiOh dueling school. Alright, Yuya, it's time to take center stage and show Gong what you're made of. It's showtime! Ladies and gentlemen, Gong, how about I kick off this round's attempt with some carnival-craving hippos? Quit goofing around, Yuya. Why do you have to turn everything into a joke, Yuya? There's nothing wrong with giving fans a good laugh. When your daddy was on the field, he had all the fans smiling. He made duel-taining entertaining. Your duels are just embarrassing. Well, if you ask me, my dad's last duel was pretty embarrassing too. Yuya? Good afternoon all, I do hope I'm not intruding. Who are you? I'm Nico Smiley, dueling manager and promoter. Currently, I represent the reigning action duel champion, the Sledgehammer. Not the Sledgehammer. The Sledgehammer is hosting a fan appreciation day at the YuGiOh Institute. And is issuing a one-on-one dueling challenge to YuGiOh. You're inviting me to duel the Sledgehammer? It's your chance to make up for your father's disappointing act. That disappearing act. I'll never let YuGiOh take part in this match. This boy's suffered enough since his father disappeared. That's a real shame. Because if you'd agreed, the Leo Corp would have donated the newest augmented reality combat system to your school. For no charge. As in free. You got a deal. You just said you'd never let YuGiOh duel the Sledgehammer. Well, yeah. We gotta have YuGiOh's back. Right, YuGiOh? YuGiOh? He ran off. Just like his old man. Fan Appreciation Day. 3 days ago, the famous duel-tainer YuGiOh Sakaki failed to defend his title against the Sledgehammer. Now Sakaki's own son will try to erase that disgrace. Do you think YuGiOh will show up? Who knows? But Gong's gut says he will. Much to everyone's surprise, YuGiOh did show up to duel. But as an even bigger surprise, YuGiOh was dressed as a clown. Don't tell me you are the son of YuGiOh. Yep, the one and only. Well, are you ready to get this show on the road? You won't be so insolent once the Sledgehammer squashes you. Okay. Here we go. Now the fun begins. This lesson will teach you how to do a pendulum summon, or pendulum summons in general. First we will show you how pendulum cards work. These monster cards can be played as either monster cards or spells. Spell cards. Once you play 2 pendulum monster cards as spells in the pendulum zones, you can perform a pendulum summon. Let's look at the pendulum cards, as they have a lot of information on them. Since they do so much, they have 2 effect boxes on them depending on how they are played. If you activate your pendulum card as a spell card, a spell in the pendulum zone, it stays on the field and you can use its pendulum effect written in the top box. You can also summon or set a pendulum monster as a monster. This is done by placing it in the monster zone and using its monster effect in the bottom box. Another advantage of pendulum monsters is that instead of being sent to the graveyard like normal monsters, they are placed face up in your extra deck instead. This is true if the pendulum monster card was played as either a spell card or as a monster card. However, that does not apply, ladies and gentlemen, if a face-up monster that banishes is on the field, or a face-up Dimensional Fissure is on the field, or a face-up Macrocosmos is face-up on the field. They get banished. Instead, they don't go to the extra deck at all. They get banished. And if your pendulum monster summon is negated by the effect of Solemn Strike, Solemn Judgment, or Solemn Warning, it's good night. Now we will show you how our pendulum summon works. Whoa, you have 3 pendulum cards in your hand. Let's get the most out of these pendulum monsters. These cards are played in the pendulum zones. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the zones that used to be directly to the left hand side of your main spell and trap zones and main monster zones have actually been moved into the middle of the duel field known as extra monster zones. That is why your pendulum zones are now either pendulum zones or spell and trap zones. So they've been put in the far left and far right spell and trap zones. Let's do it. You can pendulum summon only once during your main phase. Pendulum summons have the same rules as a normal summon. And as you can see, every pendulum card has a scale, indicated by a number between the red and blue arrows in the card description. So this means Time Gazer and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. They both have a scale of 8 and 4, so you must summon monsters between level 5 and 7. Any monster that is out of the in-betweener of the scale, in-betweeners of the scale, I beg your pardon, you have to normal summon casually. In one pendulum summon, you can summon as many level 5s or level 7s in this case as possible. Or from your extra deck. However, the level of the monsters you pendulum summon has to be between the scales you have played in the pendulum zones. For example, oh lord. Infinity and Gate 0. Infinity has a scale of 13, I think. And Gate 0 has a scale of 0. You can now summon monsters that are between levels 4 and 8. To do so, select Pendulum Summon from a card. That's incorrect. Between before we proceed any further, just to make the Universal Music Publishing Group shit itself, because they have copyright claimed my YouTube videos quite a lot, and so has Square Enix. I'm going to throw a disclaimer out there. The following disclaimer applies. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion videos, musical content, pictures, voice recordings, videotapes, Blu-ray, and DVD videos without the authorization of copyright owners and holders. This is what is called fair use. Under entertainment, and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, gameplay, teaching, parody, and other types of communication under this law, which does not infringe the Copyright Act 1972, under Section 17, United States Code 107. We in Australia use the Fair Trades Act, which includes the US Copyright Act 1972, as per trade agreement by the Prime Minister of Australia at that time. Alright. That is awesome. Good note. And that is the first duel of the Pendulum series. Now let's go to the next and do a reverse duel. A normal and reverse duel. YuGiOh Sakaki vanished 3 years ago, and now his son is suddenly using a radical new method of summoning. Prepare a background report on this kid. Any facts that relate to pendulum summoning, no matter how small, should be reported to me immediately. Okay, we get the Sledgehammer, deck avatar, wild battle cards, Tri-Mid technology. Tri-Mid is a really strong deck. Really strong. We get our first booster pack for Arc 5 as well. Let's move on to trade bait. After a surprise pendulum summon against the Sledgehammer, YuGiOh was way more popular than ever. Who are you? Me? Merely one of your biggest fans. To be precise, my name's Silvio. It's an honor. Oh. Hi! I caught you duel against the Sledgehammer on TV. You are Reyes Magnifique. Your new pendulum summoning tactic took my breath away. And those cards you used? What do you call them, YuGiOh? Oh, you mean my pendulum cards? Precisely. Only a duelist of the highest caliber could possibly possess such rare cards. There's no need to pump up his ego. It's already about to burst as it is. If you're planning to demonstrate your pendulum technique, then I have access to a more ideal most ideal revenue. Sorry, then I have access to a most ideal venue. The Leo Institute. I thought that was for Leo students only. I've already reserved the space. I happen to be one of the school's top students. After arriving at the Leo Institute. Welcome to the Leo Institute of Dueling. The institute is managed by the Leo Corporation. We spared no expense to turn our school into one of the world's top dueling institutions. I've heard that YuGiOh is an okay school. Thanks for the compliment. I guess your school's better at everything. I gotta admit, this place has a lot of things our school can't offer. You can learn Exceed summoning, Synchro summoning. Whoa, they even teach fusion summoning. I'm curious about the cards you use to pendulum summon. You wouldn't mind letting me have a look, would you? My cards? Well, okay. Here they. Even before YuGiOh finished speaking, YuGiOh snatched up YuGiOh's... Silvio snatched up YuGiOh's pendulum cards. So I can pendulum summon with these cards? I'm adding them to my rare card collection. Huh? That's not amusing, Silvio. I wasn't being funny. Your cards are so unique that I simply can't resist them. I have something for you. I'm offering these super common cards in exchange for your pendulum cards. They're worthless. Like you. No card's worthless. Alright, it's showtime. Okay. The rules are changed for pendulum monsters. I can use either a story deck or a character deck through this series as it gets later on into the game of YuGiOh in general. Here we go. Well, thanks for the most busted card. Interesting. For Pete's sake. Oh shit. Okay, well, we're bringing you down to size, mate. Oh, for Pete's sake. GG. Wow. Way to go, YuGiOh. You won the duel. But you still lost your pendulum cards. That's when a mysterious figure swooped in to snatch YuGiOh's cards back from Silvio. Let that be a lesson. YuGiOh rules and bullies drool. Who are you? Someone who was amped up by your sweet skills. So, do you study here at the Leo Institute? I was considering it, but your moves changed my mind. I'm making you my duel guru. My name's Sora, by the way. It's cool to meet you guys. Yeah, great to meet you too. YuGiOh Sakaki. There may be more to him than I expected. Right. There are no pendulum monsters in this deck. I'll be right back after 10 minutes. I'm gonna take an eye break. This will be cut out of the final film. Not only that, I will be calling Sigurd. number19@outlook.com. NICKDEBEN19@outlook.com. You guys built these drives to last as long as hard disk drives. It turns out it doesn't last as long. (04555021131). The line is bad. And mainly I'm a third deaf in both ears, so that's probably why I'm not understanding you properly. But that's because I didn't turn my phone up. There we go. Oh yeah, loud and clear now. Roger that. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Look, I don't even need Commandant.
appearing as a like an error message or like a triangle with a yellow mark, anything like that?
No, it's not. It's not being detected by anything.
Okay, so even in Spanish would also fail to detect the drive, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. By any chance, have you tried different ports, the motherboard, computer?
Say again?
By any chance, have you tried different ports in the motherboard?
Yes, I have.
In the drive? And
My board has a total of 6 SATA ports. I plugged the cord into each of them to test, and it didn't work.
okay, alright.
My board is fine, because it's brand spanking new.
Of course, just to understand. Last question, have you tried on any other computer? Do you have any other computer to
No, I'm not that rich.
computer? Sure, no problem at all. Proceed with two of your requested service. One is place with YuGiOh and get an approval for this. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, okay, your serial number, your drive does come with replacement standard.
I would prefer if my data was saved.
Sorry?
I would prefer if my data was saved.
Yes, of course, that's the next thing.
Okay.
Your drive comes together with only replacement. It does not come with data recovery package. But let me get approval, okay, to do this for you. Okay, just stay on the line, 2 to 3 minutes. Let me have a word with my manager so I can approve this for you. Yeah, stay on the line.
Awesome. And that's gonna be a GG, ladies and gentlemen. If you heard me speaking and if you can hear my phone in the background, that's just because I'm speaking to Seagate to have my drive data recovered and the drive swapped out. Okay. YuGiOh is what deck did we get here? Pendulum block. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Kick the shit out of the subscribe button, beat the absolute crap out of the like button, beat the crap out of the notification bell to all to be informed when I upload next. Come check out the description below to check out what else I do. If you guys want to also manage the channel, links are in the description. Sorry, if you guys want to also support the channel, links are also in the description. In the description below, links will also include other playlists for other games that I play. So without further ado, guys, thank you very much for watching. Much love, and peace out.